NASA is giving out an alert warning of asteroid that could hit Earth, causing immense suffering and death if this asteroid will hit the Earth. NASA says, pray if it's so. There's an embedded video by NASA concerning their asteroid redirect mission and Earth planetary defense from celestial bodies inbound for Earth that could possibly devastate Earth as it did 65 million years ago when an asteroid hit the Earth in the Yucatan Peninsula and making the dinosaurs extinct. The White House and NASA discuss asteroid redirect missions. Officials from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, OSTP, and NASA held a live asteroid redirect mission, ARM for short, discussion at the Space Agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. During the event Wednesday, September 14th, 2016, OSTP, as we said, Office of Science and Technology, Dr. John Holdren, NASA's Administrator Charles Bolden, and ARM Project Manager Dr. Michelle Gates, ARM, as we said, is the Asteroid Redirect Mission, highlighted the mission's scientific and technological benefits and how the mission will support NASA's goal of sending humans to Mars, and how the Asteroid Redirect Mission will demonstrate technology relevant to defending Earth from potentially hazardous asteroids. Asteroids which are bodies of rock that can measure anything up to 600 miles across and which orbit the Sun. Fewer than 10,000 of these asteroids, which could one day pose a threat to Earth, have so far been identified. So most of them have not been identified. NASA will launch a probe into the skies later today in a groundbreaking mission to bring back a sample from an asteroid, a first for the American Space Agency. The probe is called OSIRIS-REx, short for Origins, Spectral Interpretation, Resource Identification, Security, Regolith Explorers. We'll lift off from Florida's Cape Canaveral at 19:05 Eastern Daylight Time. That's around midnight UK time this evening. Built by, the thing is that they do not make it clear in here. They call it an asteroid, whereas Wikipedia calls it a minor planet. Bennu 101955. A carbonaceous asteroid in the Apollo group was discovered by the Linear Project September 11th, 1999. It's a potential Earth impactor. It's listed on the Sentry risk table with the second highest rating on the Palermo Technical Impact Hazard Scale due to a 1 in 2,700 chance of impacting Earth in the 22nd century. So that's in about 100 years. It is the planned target of the OSIRIS-REx mission, which is intended to return samples to Earth in 2023 for further study. Bennu has a mean diameter of about 500 meters, about 1,600 feet, and has been observed extensively by the Arecibo Observatory Planetary Radar and Goldstone Deep Space Network. As a physical description, Bennu is a roughly spheroid shape, resembling a spinning top. The direction of rotation about its axis is retrograde with respect to its orbit. Bennu has a fairly smooth shape with one prominent 20-meter boulder on its surface. This is all from Wikipedia. Origin and evolution. Carbonaceous material composed asteroid Bennu originally came from dying stars such as red giants and supernova. According to the accretion theory, this material came together about 4.5 billion years ago during the birth of the solar system. So asteroid Bennu's basic mineralogy and chemical nature would have been established during the first 10 million years of the solar system's formation, where the carbonaceous material underwent some geological heating and chemical transformation into more complex materials. The long-term fate of Bennu. In a span of time of concern to present-day people, the fate of Bennu that looms most significant is collision with Earth. In a much longer term, millions of years that is, it's more likely that Bennu will be destroyed by some other cause. And we have the selection for OSIRIS-REx mission, the NASA mission, New Frontiers program, launching, expected to reach the asteroid 2019, returning samples to Earth by 2023. The probe will take around 2 years to reach Bennu and will spend 505 days mapping it. It will then attempt to scoop up a sample of Bennu asteroid dust to bring back to Earth. Other space agencies have completed such missions, such as the JAXA, Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, Hayabusa, which was the first to successfully return a sample to Earth 6 years ago, in 2010. Via the Mirror UK says, quote, NASA scientists have issued a stark warning over an asteroid that could hit the Earth, causing immense suffering and death. The crash could result in mass destruction, says experts. The space agency is sending a probe to collect rock samples from the asteroid dubbed Bennu. Bennu can be seen every 6 years from Earth, but it is expected to pass between us and the Moon. That could tweak its orbit and set it on a direct course for our planet. Experts fear that such a change will result in mass destruction, with NASA investigator Dana Loretta warning, "It has been destined to cause immense suffering and death." The professor of planetary science is leading the mission to collect rock samples from the asteroid, which he says could prove vital data for future generations. The OSIRIS-REx probe will arrive 2018, spend a year surveying Bennu, which orbits the Sun at 63,000 miles per hour. Scientists are hoping that information gathered on the trip will help them to work out how the asteroid's course is affected by absorbing and radiating sunlight. Bennu is approximately, as we said, 500 meters in diameter. That's about 1,600 feet. And asteroids of this size would create craters 7 kilometers across and the equivalent of a magnitude 7 earthquake. In turn, that would cause significant damage across the area of 500 kilometers, out 310 miles. That's according to Michael Bush, planetary astronomer at the SETI Institute. By comparison, the fictitious asteroid in the Bruce Willis film Armageddon was 600 miles wide. So being prepared always is a perfect move towards living.
What we have discovered is that numerous features of the Kuiper Belt, a field of icy debris beyond the orbit of Neptune, can be understood if the solar system possesses an additional ninth planet that resides well beyond the orbits of the known planets.
When we looked at the outer solar system, we realized that while most of the very distant objects, these objects beyond Neptune, beyond Pluto, most of these objects, they all go around the sun and they're all sort of pointing off in all different directions. But the most distant objects all swing out in one direction in a very strange way that shouldn't happen. And we realized that the only way we could get them to all swing in one direction is if there is a massive planet, also very distant in the solar system, keeping them in place while they all go around the sun. And we started looking at this and thinking, this must be either a coincidence or it's caused by something else. It can't be caused by a planet because that's crazy. There are no planets out there. I went from trying very hard to be skeptical that what we were talking about was true to suddenly thinking, oh, this actually might even be true.
So the object itself likely is more massive than the Earth, probably a little bit less massive than Neptune. It sits right in between that terrestrial to giant icy planet range. Its orbit, unlike the orbits of the known planets, is not nearly circular and planar. Instead, it is exceptionally wide, 20 times bigger than the orbit of Neptune. The orbital period of the Earth is, of course, 1 year. Right? The orbital period of Jupiter, the big player in our solar system, is about 10 years. The orbital period of this putative ninth planet is 20,000 years.
We have nothing like it in the solar system, so it's new for us. It is, however, the most common mass of planets that have been found around all of the other stars. People have always looked at all these other planets in this strange mass range and said, wow, I wonder what these are. I don't know what these are because we don't have anything like it in the solar system. Looks like maybe we do. There are many telescopes on the Earth that actually have a chance of being able to find it. And I think that many people will be inspired to use their telescopes. I'm really hoping that as we announce this, people start a worldwide search to go find this ninth planet.
History shows us that it's a bad idea to consistently say we have now reached the end of the solar system and there's nothing beyond what we already know.
And all those people who are mad that Pluto is no longer a planet can be thrilled to know that there's a real planet out there still to be found.
Seek.
NASA is giving out an alert, warning of asteroid that could hit Earth, causing immense suffering and death. If this asteroid will hit the Earth, NASA says, pray if it's so. There's an embedded video by NASA concerning their asteroid redirect mission and Earth planetary defense from celestial bodies inbound for Earth that could possibly devastate Earth as it did 65 million years ago when an asteroid hit the Earth in the Yucatan Peninsula and making the dinosaurs extinct. The White House and NASA discuss asteroid redirect missions. Officials from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, OSTP, and NASA held a live asteroid redirect mission, ARM for short, discussion at the Space Agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. During the event, Wednesday, September 14th, 2016, OSTP, as we said, Office of Science and Technology, Dr. John Holdren, NASA's Administrator Charles Bolden, and ARM Project Manager Dr. Michelle Gates. ARM, as we said, is the asteroid redirect mission, highlighting NASA is giving out an alert, warning of asteroid that could hit Earth, causing immense suffering and death. If this asteroid will hit the Earth, NASA says, pray if it's so. There's an embedded video by NASA concerning their asteroid redirect mission and Earth planetary defense from celestial bodies inbound for Earth that could possibly devastate Earth as it did 65 million years ago when an asteroid hit the Earth in the Yucatan Peninsula and making the dinosaurs extinct. The White House and NASA discuss asteroid redirect missions. Officials from the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, OSTP, and NASA held a live asteroid redirect mission, ARM for short, discussion at the Space Agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. During the event Wednesday, September 14th, 2016, OSTP, as we said, Office of Science and Technology, Dr. John Holdren, NASA's Administrator Charles Bolden, and ARM Project Manager Dr. Michelle Gates, ARM, as we said, is the asteroid redirect mission, highlighted the mission's scientific and technological benefits and how the mission will support NASA's goal of sending humans to Mars, and how the asteroid redirect mission will demonstrate technology relevant to defending Earth from potentially hazardous asteroids.